Students, Sairam, this is Megha Miss here, and today we are going to continue with our lesson number 2, that is work and energy. I hope you have opened the notes, you have seen the notes of this chapter which is given to you till the topic which is covered, and you have made a note of it, assignment or the homework questions which are given, you have written it. Okay. At least if you have not made a note of all the answers, at least you learn it and try to write it without seeing. So if you do it in that way, of course the written work will be also written in your book, and you will also understand how much you have understood the topic. Okay students, now before starting we will see, I'll ask you some questions by giving one example. Okay, now here you can see a person, he is riding his bicycle, a good sunny day. Okay, next I am showing you a picture. Two persons, they are walking, and it's a jungle. You can see a calm, soothing atmosphere, and they both are walking. Okay, next I am showing you an example of a picture where you can see a lady, she is driving a car. Okay students, now all of them, if I tell all of them that you all have to reach to a small hill, okay, you tell me now what will happen if she is using her car, that boy is using his bicycle, and those two people are walking. You will say, Miss, if I ask you, who will reach the first? Of course, what you will say? Miss, this lady, as she is driving the car, she will reach first. Okay. Second, who will reach? The boy who is riding his bicycle. And third, the people who are walking. Yes. Now here, what is happening? Here, the time what is taken by all of them to reach that small hill is different. Yes, why? Because they all are performing the work, same work, right? All of them have to go on the top of that small hill, but all of them are using something because of which their timing is differing, right? So now we will see that rate at which they are doing work, we call this as power. What you will call the students it as? Power. Okay. So see here. One more example. Can your father climb stairs as fast as you can? No, right? Your father will take more time. At his age, he will need more time, right? At your age, you will do it very fast. Okay. So here, work done is same in the example, but the time taken to perform the work will differ. The fast or slow rate of the work done is expressed in terms of power. Power is the rate at which work is done. How you will define power? Power is the rate at which work is done. So, the work done may be faster, the work done can be slow. This, whatever time is taken to do the work, we called it as the power. I hope students you understood the definition. Okay. Now, if W amount of work is done, you know for work done we write it as capital W. Then and time taken is T to do that work. Then what is the formula for power? Power is equal to work upon time. Okay students. So P, that is for power, is equal to capital W divided by small letter T. T should be small letter, not capital letter. P should be capital letter, not small letter. Whenever you write the formula, please see to it that you write the symbols in capital words where it is capital, small words where it is small. Then only your formula is correct. Okay student. So capital P is equal to capital W upon small t. Okay. Now I hope power formula is clear to you. In SI system, the unit of work is joule. You have studied this, right? So the unit of power is, now you know time, we take it in seconds. So it will become joule divided by seconds. So it is joule per second. How you will pronounce it? Joule per second. This is called as watt. What you will call it as the watt. Joule per second is called as watt. So 1 watt is equal to 1 joule upon 1 second. Okay students, 1 watt power is equal to 1 joule of work done in 1 second of time. Okay. In the industrial sector, the unit used to measure power is called horsepower. What you call it as the horsepower. In the industries, we don't use watts, we use the unit called as horsepower because there lot of power is required. So we called it as the horsepower. Okay. Now, 1 horsepower is equal to 746 watt. Okay. 1 horsepower is equal to 746 watts. The unit of energy for commercial use is kilowatt hour. Okay, so what is the unit of energy? We have studied energy also, joules and erg, same units as the work done, right? So here the unit of energy for the commercial use. Okay, whatever is used for the commercially, it is the unit is used is kilowatt hour. Okay, so 1000 joule work performed in 1 second. That means if 1000 joules of work I am doing in 1 second, then it is 1 kilowatt power. Okay students, then it is 1 kilowatt power. If 1000 joules of work done in 1 second I am doing that much work, then it is equal to the 1 kilowatt power. Okay. Now 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 kilowatt multiplied by 1 hour. Okay. Now only we saw that 1 kilowatt is 1000 watts. Into 1 hour means how many seconds it is? 3600 seconds. So how much you are getting? 36 into 10 raised to 5 joules. Okay. How much you are going to get? You are going to get 10 raised to that is 36 into 10 raised to 5 joules. Okay. Now this 36 into 10 raised to 5 joules, I can write it as 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joules. Okay students. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joules. Okay. This is 1 unit. Okay. Electricity used for domestic purpose means at home is measured in units of kilowatt hour. Okay. 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 unit. Okay. So 1 unit is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joules. I hope you understood this. Okay. 1 kilowatt hour will be equal 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 unit. Remember this. Okay. Now next we are going to see that is sums. Okay students, we have completed the lesson. The last topic was of the power. Now we are going to solve the sums. Okay. I hope 3 sums already given in the notes. You are going to solve them and 2 sums are remaining that I am going to take it now. Okay. These sums you are going to copy down in your book. Okay. So our all sums will be solved then. Okay. Try to solve the solved examples also. Don't only rely on these sums which are given in the exercise. You are going to try to solve the solved sums also. Okay. Now what is the first sum which is given in your text? This is the A sum. An electric pump has 2 kilowatt power. How much water will the pump lift every minute to a height of 10 meter? So how much water we are going to calculate, how much water it can lift every minute at a height of 10 meter. Okay students. Now we are going to see how we are going to solve this sum. Now a small assignment, when you are solving these sums, you are going to write the given to find. Solution I am giving, but I want you to do something. So you will do what you are going to do, you are going to write what is given in this sum and what we are going to find. Okay. Solution I am going to give. that you are going to copy down directly. Okay, now power P, right, is equal to 2 kilowatts, right? This is given to you. Power formula you know, work done, that is W upon time taken T. Okay, now W, now I have to find first work done. How much is the work done in this condition? So what I am going to do, W is equal to, I am going to need, that is P into T. Can you see this here? Yes. So for every minute, that is 60 seconds. You know, 1 minute is 60 seconds. Work done by the pump will be, P value is 2 multiply by 1000 into 60. Okay, why it has been done there 1000? Because it has been converted to watts. So you know, okay, so it has been multiplied by 1000 here. Can you see this 1000? Yes, because that 2 kilowatts is converted into watts. Okay, so how much work done I am going to get? Can you see here? Yes, this much amount of work done. How much it is? How much it is? Calculate. You are going to do this calculation. Yes. Okay. So it is 12 into 10 raised to 4 joule. Now you have keep an habit of writing it in the terms of 10 raised to. Okay. So I will say that it is 12 into 10 raised to 4 joules. Okay. You are going to do this calculation on your own. Okay. Just don't copy. It is given here. So okay. This is the answer. I will copy. You will multiply and see. Okay. Now, next we got the work. Okay, now what we are going to see, now this work done is stored in water as its potential energy. Now you know water is stored means it has the potential energy. Now you have already studied the formula for the potential energy. What is the formula for potential energy? mgh. Can you say it here, mgh? Yes. So the potential energy will be equal to work done. Okay, so how much is our work done? We have written here 12 into 10 raised to 4 joules. This is our work done, right? So now what we are going to calculate, what we are going to find? Mass of water. How much water? So mass we have to find, right? So what it became? M is equal to 12 into 10 raised to 4 upon 9.8. G constant value, gravity constant value is 9.8. Multiply by 10. Height is given as 10 meters, right? We calculated, do this calculation, you are going to get the answer 1224.5 kg. Okay, that is 1224.5 kgs. Your answer is going to be in kg. Okay, so hence 1224.5 kg of water is lifted by the pump every minute to a height of 10 meter. This is your final answer. Important. Did you understand the sum? First we calculated, what we use the formula, power is equal to work upon time. We calculated the work done. Then what we did, whatever the work done is there, it is stored in the water, right, in the form of potential energy. Yes, because you have studied potential energy is the energy which is stored in an object, right, because of its state or a position, right? You have studied this, right? Yes, remember. So it will become mgh is equal to work done. Okay, and we have solved the equation. Mass we have to find, so we have found the mass. I hope this sum is clear to you. You are going to write it properly and given, and to find you are going to write. And conversion, kilowatt hour is converted to watts. 2 kilowatt hour was given, 2 kilowatts was given, that I have converted to watt by multiplying by 1000. Okay students, now the next sum. This was our first sum. The next sum, if a 1200 watt electric iron is used daily for 30 minutes, how much total electricity is consumed in month of April? Okay, so we have to calculate how much is the electricity which is used in month of April. Okay, iron power is given. How much is the power of iron, electric iron? Yes, which we are using for the clothes, ironing of clothes. Okay, that is 1200 watts. and how much time I'm using it? 30 minutes daily. Okay, now we will again this also sum given to find, you are going to write. Okay, now total electricity what is consumed in the month of April is, what is the formula you're going to have? E is equal to P multiply by T, in bracket it is written total days in April month. Okay, so this is your formula. Okay, what is your formula? E is equal to P into T into total days in April month. Okay students, now E is equal to, now your power is given, that is how much? 1200 multiply by time is 30, okay, into 60, we need it in the seconds, multiply by how many days are there in April? 30. Can you see this? It is done here. Yes. Okay, so the answer comes up to 64.8 into 10 raised to 6 joules. Okay, what we are going to, this multiplication answer, what you are going to get? 64, can you see this? 64.8 into 10 raised to 6 joules. This is the answer which you will get for the E. Okay, now we know 1 unit, now only we studied, is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joules, right? Now how many electricity units you have? 64.8, right? So we have to see how much unit is there. Yes, if this much is the electricity consumed, then how much units it is. Okay, so what we are going to do? We are going to cross multiply. So 1 unit, you know what is that? 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joules, it is written here, right? But now for what we have to calculate units, 64.8 into 10 raised to 6. So what E is equal to 64.8 into 10 raised to 6 divided by 3.6 into 10 raised to 6. If I divide this both terms, which two terms I will divide? 64.8 and 36. This one I am going to divide. Then I will get the unit. Okay, how much unit is consumed. Okay, so see here, when I do the division, here you can see this 10.6, this 10.6 and 10 raised to 6, not 0.6, sorry, 10 raised to 6 and 10 raised to 6 will get cancelled. It will be 64.8 divided by 3.6. Okay, we'll see. E is equal to 64.8 divided by 3.6. So when you do this division, E value you are going to get, that is 18 units. Okay, so thus E is your 18 units. So here you are going to write the final answer when you solve the sum. Yes, that the electricity consumed in month of April, that is of 18 units. I hope you understood this sum. Okay, now what we are going to do is, we are here you are going to solve the sums again in your book, copy it properly, write the given, to find and final answer. I want you to write on your own. You know how to write it. Till now you know how to solve the sums also and how to write given. You are writing in maths also, given, to find and final answer. So same way in science also, now you are going to learn to write it. Okay, in the sums it has got the marks. Okay, now here we end with this chapter. So we'll just have a look what we have studied today. You studied about the power, the rate at which the work is done. We called it as the power, right? So you have studied this power. Then you have studied the units of power, watts, right? Joule per second, which we called it as the watt. Kilowatt you have seen, okay? Then you have seen formula for the power. You have seen power is equal to work upon time taken to do that work. Okay, and we solve the sums, right? So I hope what we have done today you have understood. You will go through all the things properly, notes also, study them, try to practice writing the answers so that it will be easier for you. Okay, derivation, yes, it is compulsory for you to practice. Without practicing, learning by heart, the derivation is of none use. You have to write it and practice, then only you will understand where you go wrong. Okay students, so here we complete with this lesson number 2. Next time we are going to see a new lesson. Okay students, so thank you, take care, Saira.